Lovely fall day here on Stepping Stone Retreat Porch with a magnificent fall view. I'm starting to see the mountains. Yeah, the beautiful green trees cover up the mountains. And now for the next 4 or 5 months, I'm going to get to see the mountains and a magnificent sunrise here from my porch. Really happy that I don't have a curtain on the door at the moment because I wake up to see the sunrise. And if I had a curtain, I might miss it. Today is part 4 of a little gratitude series I've been doing. I hope you've enjoyed it. For those of you who are new, I encourage you to go back and watch, or for those of you who are just random watchers. Week 1, I shared with you my gratitude for helpmates in getting my book published. The editor and the formatter in particular. And then for all of you who encouraged me on this journey, who for close to a year kept saying, I can't wait till your book comes out. That was really, really motivating. So thank you for that. Rut to Revival. You can get it on Amazon in a paperback or an ebook. And then week 2 was on contentment. Yeah, I'm a big picture thinker. I'm a planner and a goal setter, but I'm also a very content person. And yeah, more on that later. Another show. And then this past week, it was kind of a mishmash. I spoke about happy people and comments and reviews and how you can tell if people are happy with their life. And then I went off into truths and lies and just being grateful for happy people and for the happiness that I feel, just grateful. So that was a mishmash. And today I've got a more, what you could say, more focused gratitude that I want to share with you. And yeah, so I hope you'll join me. Y'all, thanks for being here. I appreciate your company, even if it's only virtual. I've been having my coffee out here on Stepping Stone. It's kind of old now. I'm doing low acid coffee. It feels pretty good. And I was writing up some jibber jabber notes for today's show and painting my nails. Really just got back from my walk. I love my early morning walk. Well, I like evening walks too. Today is part 4 of the gratitude series. And I want to share with you something that I am really, really tops on my list that I am grateful for. And it's more tangible, you could say, like contentment. That's like a feeling. That's an inside, solid, good feeling. But this is more tangible, if that makes any sense. And what I am very, very grateful for is friendships. Friendships now, friendships I've had in the past, and friendships that are ongoing. So that'll about do her for today. Right. I can't fool you, right? Linda only talking for 2 minutes? Hardly. I am going to start out with a poem. Actually, I had it in my binder. Did I show you my inspiration binder, I think the first week? And I didn't realize that I had kept it. It's probably 20 years old. So I went ahead and I reprinted it off the internet. Cheers. Oh, got the barking dog in the back. He only barks for a few minutes, but it can be annoying. He barks when a car goes by. He barks when a person goes by. It's like, it's okay. You learn to live with it. You adjust. Anyways, that was a little distraction. The poem is called Reason, Season, or a Lifetime. And I'm sure many of you have probably heard this poem in your life. Put in the comments if you're familiar with this poem or what, maybe something that resonates with you about it. Reason, season, or a lifetime. And I have it on my little board over here so that I don't have to hold it. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. When you figure out which one it is, you will know what to do for each person. When someone is in your life for a reason, it is usually to meet a need you have expressed. They have come to assist you through a difficulty, to provide you with guidance and support, to aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. They may seem like a godsend, and they are. They are there for the reason you need them to be. After I read this all, I'm going to break it down. Then, without any wrongdoing on your part or at an inconvenient time, this person will say or do something to bring the relationship to an end. Sometimes they die. Sometimes they walk away. Sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. What we must realize is that our need has been met, our desire fulfilled, their work is done. The prayer you sent up has been answered, and now it is time to move on. Wow. Some people come into your life for a season because your turn has come to share, grow, or learn. Love those words. Share, grow, or learn. They bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. They may teach you something you have never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it, it is real, but only for a season. Lifetime relationships teach you lifetime lessons, things you must build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Your job is to accept the lesson, love the person, and put what you have learned to use in all other relationships and areas of your life. It is said that love is blind, but friendship is clairvoyant. Wow, let's unpack that. That is awesome. As we unpack these, I would like you to think about your own friend encounters that you've had in your life. Maybe even, after I share with you, just some personal examples. Here is the poem from years and years ago, and it says, "Are you a reason, a season, or a lifetime?" I've been all three. I've been on the receiving end and I've been on the giving end. And then here's the one that I just printed. Maybe I'll frame this. Since it's in black and white here, I could put a colorful map behind it. But I got to thinking about friendships for a reason. And I came up with just 3 little examples. One, just recently, I was at the post office, little small post office here, and there was a brand new postal worker there. And within seconds, we just got to talking about our lives and, you know, where we've been, what we're doing. And lo and behold, she was married to a truck driver for many, many years, and they traveled the country and lived in their truck. And I'm like, oh my gosh, could talk to this woman forever. So I shared with her my nomad journey. And, you know, we must have talked for 10 or 15 minutes. I told her I was writing a book. It wasn't quite done yet, And it was like a new BFF anytime I would go to the post office. It actually made me want to go to the post office more. So I shared with her my nomad life, like I said, and she commented, you know what, you're the first person that I have been able to talk to like this and share my experiences with like this. It was an instant relationship and an instant connection. And what it did, I think for both of us, was it was like a mutual fascination club, instant. And it just put me light on my feet for the rest of the day. It was a beautiful conversation. Well, that was the reason for the day. Later on, 2-3 weeks later, I went back and I'm like, oh, where's the new lady? Is she off? And had even forgotten her name. Like her name wasn't important as much as her, who she was. She's like, oh no, she quit. And found out some behind the scenes things, not good. And so I was like, wow. Here I thought that was going to be here where I'm at now, a friend for a season. And now she was just a friend for a reason. And it might have been just for that day. I'm elaborating on the poem, you know, so that I don't just go on and on, you know. Assist you through a difficulty, provide you with guidance and support, aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. They might feel like a godsend. You know, it was just a godsend for the day. That's all it was. And then the one thing I found, you know, how a person for a reason, and then they bring the relationship to an end. That happened when I was stationary as a nomad. One particular time, I was parked next to somebody, and we were parked there for a good amount of time together, and we bonded instantly. And she was very, very giving. Instances like when I was putting my clam up, and then we had a storm, she helped me secure my clam, bought me more steaks, I think, to put in, something. She did. Oh, I know what she did. She bought me stuff to put a rain guard on it when she went to the store. And I broke my coffee mug, and she went to the Dollar Tree and bought me a coffee mug. And I'm like, wow, like what an example of something that I want to be better at doing, meeting somebody's need just like that. Well, lo and behold, we had some differences and we had some friction, and it, you know, it wasn't really, it's just hard to explain. I just don't want to, you know, belabor the story. And things just kind of quickly ended. And part of it made me feel like, wow, these were signs from God about what I was going to be doing in the future and decisions I was going to be making. But we connected. The long story short is we connected for a very short time, and then we disconnected. And looking back now, I'm grateful for her. Gave me some insight and understanding into my own self and how I interact with people. And like I talked about last week, I held up the mirror and wanted to, you know, think about what about me, you know, not just what she did, but what was it about me that I can improve upon. And that was felt like a real reason type friend. And you just let go too. You know, some people just don't care for you, or vice versa, and they're there for a reason, and then they're gone, and that's okay. And then the last example of a reason is, excuse me, I remember an incident when I was out hiking, and I met a gentleman on a trail. He was with a friend, and I actually did a video on it. He was with his buddy. It was like a guy getaway for the weekend. And he stopped, and we had our picture taken together, and I interviewed him. And I felt at that particular time that God was really using me. He was really using me to make a difference out there in the big wide world as a nomad in just one quick, short encounter. I might have shared Jesus with him. I can't remember right now, but here and gone. And it wasn't a cutoff type reason friendship. It was just an instant, you know, an acquaintance. So I'm elaborating a little bit on the friendship, but being used, I guess, by God. And, you know, if I knew this gentleman longer, him and his wife, we might have become friends. But there was just that instant friendship reason. So I thought that was pretty cool. Even though a couple of these instances, they didn't really become friends per se, but they were just friendly encounters. How about that? And they were for a reason. All right, next one is season, and I think we've all experienced this. I've had long seasons with friends, and I've had very short seasons with friends. And by a season, I think that means at least, you know, 6 months to a year, up to many, many, many years. When I was in Creative Memories for 23 years, you know, many of you know I built a large organization in the direct sales industry, scrapbooking. I had beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friends, and now we are no longer in touch. Now, I could probably pick up the phone if I was traveling. A lot of them are in Pennsylvania, and I could call them and say, hey, I'm in the area. You know, actually a friend did that to me, and I wasn't in the area to take her up on her invitation. But and sometimes you just want to let go of that season too, I think. But I have many friends that have been around for a season, and they are definitely in my heart. They'll always be in my heart. I have leader friends. Don't want to just name names now because there's so many, but they were throughout Creative Memories. They were definitely my tribe, and they were a season of friends. Your turn has come to share, grow, or learn. They bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. That was a give and take. Those were definitely give and take friendships. You just saw the other day my neighbors, Robbie and Larry. I very much believe that Robbie is a friendship for a season. It could turn into for the rest of my life or not. That's for God to roll out, however. You know, we talk about if and when I ever move, if and when, that we'll be in touch, and it'll be give and take too, because I'll go to an area that she loves to go to, and she'll come and visit, and of course I'll come back here and visit. So, but they give you an unbelievable amount of joy, and believe it, it is real, but only for a season. Now I'm going to humbly say something that Robbie had said to me, but she said she has these premonitions, and she felt like when she met me, she said to her husband, that lady next door is going to help me. And wow. And she has helped me in so many ways too. She, in a different way, you know, I help her in one way and she helps me in another way. And so it's been give or take, and it's been a beautiful season of friendship. And Robbie, if you're watching, I'm grateful for you. And then I've also had people for a short season, of course, on the nomad journey. So most recently, people that I have met and spent a little time with, or who have offered their, place for me to stay. I'm not sure whether we will ever reconnect other than here on the channel. But they were friendships for a season, and they gave me peace and joy, and I hope I did the same for them. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think some of you know who you are. So, and with that, I also want to speak about cyber friends. Right now I've had this channel, I don't know, since the end of 2018. I'm starting to lose track. And I have no idea how long this will go on, my channel, how long I'll do this line of work. There's quite an obligation to it. I love it, but I don't know. And I feel like some of you are my friends, but you're only virtual cyber friends. I think especially what this poem means is those people that you've met in person, but I still want to count you in as my friends, and some of you just for a reason, with a comment that you make that's so beautiful and uplifting, just like the lady at the post office. Some of you for a season who continue to comment every single time, and you always have something positive and beautiful to say. I'm so very grateful, and you lift me up each and every day. Can't even put a price on it. With some of you, I don't know that I would be doing this as often as I do. I've done videos everywhere from 2 a week to 3 a week to every single day. I'm back to 3 a week. I have no idea what the future brings, but you keep me going, and I appreciate all these beautiful virtual cyber friends. Thank you. And then lastly, the friends for a lifetime. You build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Thinking back, I feel like I have, through many, many years, 30, 40 years, starting back with Creative Memories, that I have three friends that were lifetime friends. One was with Creative Memories, and I felt that bond forever. But things change in life, and I believe that lifetime friends can then become friends for a season, and that would be a very, very, very long season. So kind of a gray area there. I'm not a black and white. I'm more like a gray area. And then I have another friend. One friend from Creative Memories was probably 30 years worth of friendship. And then I have one that was probably, I want to say 6 or 7 years. And I felt that was a new friend for a lifetime. Well, things have changed there, and I don't really necessarily know why those changes came about, but they have. And so I no longer look at that person as a friend for a lifetime, but that leans more towards they were a long season in my life. And boy, did I grow and learn from that person. So if you know who you are, thank you very much. I love that person. She taught me many lessons, and I miss her. Then I have one friend, and I will name her Kathy, because I know she watches sometimes. She's a lifetime friend. We don't have to talk for a year or two, and we can pick up right where we left off. And I know that's kind of cliche-ish, but it's true. And met her back in church when I was raising my children, and she was a rock for me many, 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 many times. So I'm very grateful that we could have the friendship that we had, and that it was definitely a give and take also. Whew. So that's about it. Could go on and on with the Mutual Admiration Fascination Club. And I'm always very thankful for new people that I meet. I think that's what makes me love being out there traveling and being a nomad is you can be used by God and you know, and he brings you new people into your life. And I feel like the older we get, and I don't want to be too blanket statement about this, but I know when I was in Sticks and Bricks, and I've even talked to people about this, that the older you get, you kind of, you know, friends start to die. You've been in the same house all your life. This is not judgment. It's just a fact. And you have certain friends from church and certain friends, even my own mom, but you don't really meet new people and new friendships the same way when you're able to go see Do. And for those times that God has given me, I am so very, very grateful that I embrace that and I love that. And he continues to bring me new friends. And many of you have been with me here on this channel. And again, I don't want to name names because I'm going to forget somebody. We text, we call, we've met in person, and we look forward to seeing each other again. And if I had not become a nomad, I would not have that new circle of friends. Whether you're here for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, I'm grateful. So with that, I am going to give you the last 7 sayings of the gratitude collection. Remember, the last 2 weeks I did a drawing. I no longer have these in stock, but I have many, many other encouraging, empowering, inspiring collections that you can choose from in the Say It, Display It line. And I've encouraged you to get your index cards out and write these down and use them daily. They can be life-changing. So this is the last 7 plus the bonus one in the gratitude collection that I hope to have back in stock one day. Gratitude fuels bliss. Gratitude fuels bliss. Give thanks for unknown blessings already on their way. Give thanks for unknown blessings already on their way. Interrupt anxiety with gratitude. Interrupt anxiety with gratitude. Take it day by day and be grateful for every breath. Take it day by day and be grateful for every breath. For some reason, I like to repeat them twice. Hope you don't mind. The more you are thankful, the more you attract things to be thankful for. The more you are thankful, the more you attract things to be thankful for. Gratitude starts a chain reaction to happiness. Gratitude starts a chain reaction to happiness. I did these with watercolors. I actually scanned these after I painted them. And so I hope you like those. I love the colors. And I do have other watercolor collections. Gratitude unlocks the door to joy. Gratitude unlocks the door to joy. Wow. Friendships, gratitude. Lastly, near and dear to me, is gratitude turns what we have into enough. And lo and behold, it's on the back of Rut to Revival. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Enough on the second line, because that's the key word. And that is something that I have in my inspiration binder. We all know who this guy is, right? Mr. Rogers. I loved Mr. Rogers. Raising my kids, Mr. Rogers was a babysitter and company and peaceful and serenity in my home. And I laminated this. talked to you guys about this earlier, that many years ago, I took sayings from Facebook and I printed them and laminated them and put magnets or sticky dots on the back for your stainless steel refrigerators. And I sold these like 3 for $10. It was awesome. If you could only sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to the people you may never even dream of, there is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. Would you like me to read that again? I'd like to read it again. If you could only sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, you may never even dream of, there is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. Fred Rogers. That's so beautiful. I think that about sums up friendship for today. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. Blessings in all your friendships. Blessings in your day. And joy in all your friendships. And joy in the journey. Love you, and I thank you for your friendship. Wow. I would be absolutely remiss to not let you know that Say It, Display It has a friendship collection. In this season of giving and thankfulness and friendships and, yeah, gift-giving time, the friendship collection. And I'm just going to share with you real quick a couple of them. Friendship isn't a big thing. It's a million little things. More watercolors. Beautiful. Let's play pick one. 30 in a deck. True friendship isn't about being inseparable. It's being separated and nothing changes. Those friendships for a lifetime. Friendship isn't about whom you have known the longest. It's about who came and never left your side. You can take these and write love notes on the back and give them away or send them as postcards one at a time. I mean, talk about making somebody's day, right? You can give them the whole collection and just put a couple notes on just a couple of them and tell them not to look until they pick that certain one every day, flip it over, and then one day when the time is right, they'll have that love note from you. Time and good friends are two things that become more valuable the older you get. I could go on, but I won't. Just got to let you know that it is 30 in a deck. They come with a display stand that folds together in a gift box, or you can get the keepsake wood box with the beautiful wire stand, and you can hang your collection, you know, one at a time on the outside, just like that. Or you can remove the stand. Say it, display it. I have all my cards in here. I play pick one every day. It'll hold 7 collections. So that is the 101. Be remiss not to share that with you. But then again, you can take these sayings and you can write them on index cards and you can use them that way too. One more time. Love you.